Friends, once again, welcome to the second part of the part 2 of Unit 2, The Sound of Music from Standard 9 NCERT English. My name is Pranav Shukla, and this is just we are going for completing the second part of the same chapter. So let's directly go for the second part. In the earlier video, we have discussed up to 6 paragraphs of the same chapter, and in that we have seen the history of the origin of Shehnai, how it was known as Pungi, then it was improvised, and a Nai, a barber, had improvised it, made it melodious. It was now sweet sound and was played in temples, in auspicious occasions. Then came Bismillah Khan, and this instrument was brought on the classical music stage, and that credit goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Then we had gone for the earlier childhood, how he belonged to the family of musicians from his father's side, from his mother's side. When he went to his mother's side and accompanied his uncle, he had come across Shehnai and then started playing it. So everything has been discussed. Now we are going further for the further reading and completing the chapter. This is Ustad Bismillah Khan. So from the 7th paragraph we are reading now. So now he was an often heard Shehnai player on All India Radio, and this was the first platform he became that fetched him popularity. So when India gained, now see, adding feathers into the glory of the same man, he had been given the most glorious ever honor. He was allowed to be playing on Independence Day when India got free from the British Dominion. When India gained independence on 15th August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. As you know, whenever, especially in the old movies, whenever something very joyful happened, Shehnai used to be played. So the same sound, that kind of sound had been played by him. He poured his heart out into Rag Kafi from the Red Fort, Lal Killa, to an audience which included Mahatma Gandhi, some legends, some great men from the history, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and after this playing of Shehnai, another landmarking speech from Nehru had been given away. That was known as Trust with Destiny speech. So that is a speech given by Nehru. The word comes for you as a new word. One word comes over there, trust. My meeting, my date with destiny would be called as Trust with Destiny. That is one of the most memorable and renowned speeches the world has ever seen. As you know, Nehru was the man of extemper. So this is milestone speech. So that was followed by that Shehnai playing by Bismillah Khan. Bismillah Khan has given many memorable performances both in India and abroad. His first trip abroad was to Afghanistan, where King Zahir Shah was so taken in. Another phrasal verb comes. Taken in, attracted, charmed, spellbound by the maestro that he gifted him priceless Persian carpet. Persia means Iran in the modern times, and the carpets, rugs are very famous from Persia. So he was given very costly, very expensive Persian carpets and other souvenirs. Another word comes. Souvenirs, yadgar. something to be remembered as a part of memory, whatever, so that you can remember that place or person or that event. So Yadgiri, that means souvenirs. The king of Afghanistan was not only one he be fascinated. He was not the only one who was very attracted and charmed by Bismillah's performance. Later in India, film director Vijay Bhatt, one of the biggest names of Indian film industry, was so impressed after hearing Bismillah play at the festival that he named a film. He is given literally the name of a film and allowed him to perform in that. After the instrument called Gunjuti Sainai, the movie is very old, but the song is quite new and is all-time blockbuster. Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya. So that was played by Bismillah Khan. The film was a hit, and one of Bismillah Khan's compositions, Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya, Koi Lootera Ke Loot Gaya. It is something like that. Turned out to be nationwide chart buster. Another what comes chart buster, a record breaker. So that was a record breaking song. Despite this huge success in the celluloid world, another term comes, celluloid world. So this term is used for the fashion world, the film world, especially here for the Bollywood. Bismillah Khan's ventures. Normally the meaning of venture is Sahas, adventure, but here his performances, his playing roles in film music were limited to only two. He had not gone for that artificial popularity, fame, and money. He devoted himself strictly to the classical music. So that is totally non-commercial and a truly professional attitude of Bismillah Khan. So there were the two movies, Vijay Bhatt's Gunjuti Sainai and Vikram Srinivas Kannada movie that is called as Venture. If you invest your money at your own risk in any industry, in any business, would be called as venture. And that movie was named as Sanadi Apana. So for this, he says very emphatically, I just can't come to terms with the artificiality and glamour of the film world. So this is what he thought. So he strictly was devoted to only classical music. And that is a great sacrifice in terms of money that he had done. That is, he says with emphasis very stressfully. Awards and recognition came thick and fast, in abundance. A lot of awards he had won, and very fast, back to back, he had won. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall. Friends, you must have seen, this is very old, very, I can say, vintage, very artistic, and very much prestigious. To perform over there is a great honor and a credit. So he was the first Indian to be invited to perform over there in Lincoln Center Hall in the United States of America. He also took part in the World Exposition in Montreal, that is in Canada, in Cannes, that is in France, in Cannes Art Festival, and in the Osaka, that is in Japan, Osaka Trade Fair. So he has traveled all over the world and shined India for its classical instrument playing. So he's a true representative of India. So well known did he become internationally that an even auditorium in Tehran, that is in Iran, friends. Tehran, that is the capital of Iran, was named after him. Tahir Moshiki Ustad Bismillah Khan. That is the name of the entire auditorium. That the way we have Pramukh Swami Auditorium at Rajkot, Hemugadviwal at Rajkot. It's the name of the auditorium behind Bismillah Khan. That is a great honor to be imparted to him. National awards like the Padma Shri, starting the first and the lowest in civilian award, then comes Padma Bhushan, then comes Padma Vibhushan in the ascending order. They were all conferred to him, given away, imparted to him. In 2001, Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna. With the coveted award, friends, another word comes, coveted, the most desired award, resting. It's everyone's dream that they should win Bharat Ratna. The way the Nobel Prize is the biggest in the world, Bharat Ratna is the biggest in the country. Resting on his chest and his eyes glinting, shining with rare happiness, winning this award and the happiness that you get out of this award, it is very rare. It's the reason why it's called as rare happiness. And he says, all I would like to say is, teach your children music. Well, we believed strictly that the vast heritage of Indian classical music should be transferred from generation to generation in our country. It should never be forgotten. So we should take an oath that we would never allow our legacy to be faded and would keep the heart of Bismillah Khan very happy as he is in the heaven watching all us. Teach your children music. This is Hindustan's richest tradition. Even the West, one of the Western world, is now coming to learn our music. In 2001, Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's Avigu. That is already done. In spite of having traveled all over the world, now this is what is Indian spirit. How he is true patriot and he has got the real Indian spirit. So what he thinks about his music and his connection with India. So in spite of having traveled all over the world, Khan Saab is very popularly, fondly called. He is exceedingly fond of, another word comes, having the liking for something or somebody. Banaras, and that is his workplace, and Dumrao, that was the place earlier he used to play Shehnai, that is his native, and they remain for him the most wonderful towns of the world. Obviously, Banaras is truly the most wonderful town in the world. It is said to be the oldest city in the world that was established by and secured by Lord Shiva himself. એવું કહેવાય છે મિત્રો કે બનારસ કાશીનું મરણ અને સુરતનું જમણ જેને મળી ગયું એનો બેડો પાર. So this is Banaras. A student of his once, as you are my students and you honor me, he was also honored by his students, and students were ready to do anything for him. So one day he was given a proposal. See, look at the way this man has reacted to this proposal. That reflects his true Indian spirit. Student of his once wanted him to head a Shehnai school in the US. Okay, you should start a Shehnai school. And if he was really ready to stay over there, student promised to recreate. He was missing India very badly wherever he used to go in abroad. So he was ready to recreate the entire atmosphere of Banaras that he used to fond of, for him specially, by spending a lot of money. But he rejected. Promised to recreate the atmosphere of Banaras by replicating, reproducing or making an exact copy would be called as replicating. You must have seen the replica of Eiffel Tower, Statue of Unity, Taj Mahal, etc. So these duplicate copies would be called as replicas, and this task is called as replicating the temples there. But Khan Sahib asked him, okay, you'll copy the structures over there, but how would you bring real river Ganga over there. That is my inspiration. So he was speechless then. How would you be able to transport river Ganga as well? Let us remember to have said, that is why wherever I am in foreign country, I keep yearning, I keep desiring, I keep desiring to see Hindustan. While in Mumbai, I think of only Banaras. While in abroad, he thinks only of Banaras, India, and in Holy Ganga. And while in Banaras, I miss unique matha of matha. Friend, don't mix it up. It is not Srikhand and that sweet that we devour. Matha means a kind of religious place in Hinduism. Mat, a kind of ashram, hermitage kind of thing is there. This is the place where he used to play Shahnai in Dumrao. So I miss the unique matha of Dumrao. Ustad Bismillah Khan's life is a perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of India, one that effortlessly accepts. So this is where his Hindu-Muslim harmony is true representation of what secular India reflected. Effortlessly accepts that a devout Muslim like him can very naturally play the Shahnai every morning at Kashi Vishwanath temple, that is in Banaras, and it is the Lord Shiva's temple, one of the most renowned and most auspicious temples in the world, is to play over there. A Muslim played in Indian temples an Indian classical instrument for Hindu bhajans. This is India, friends, and this is the Bismillah Khan. Ustad Bismillah Khan, the par excellence, the man himself. Thank you. Now let's go for the question answers. Why did Aurangzeb ban the playing of pungi? So Aurangzeb banned the playing of musical instrument pungi because it had a very shrill, unpleasant sound. It was a noise maker, so it was banned. How is the Shahnai different from pungi? So pungi had a very shrill sound. It was quite slender, thin, and very notorious. It was opened with two ends and a very cheap one. It was banned in Aurangzeb time, while its improvised version by a Nai, matlab Babar of Bahadur Shah Zafar's time, it was made of a very slender, broad, and thinner, longer stem with 7 holes. It has a sweet, melodious sound, and it immediately won the heart of the people and became the part of all the auspicious functions like marriages and certain religious ceremonies. Where was the Shahnai played traditionally? How did Bismillah Khan change this? So traditionally, Shahnai was played in royal courts, in temples and weddings. So Bismillah Khan is the undisputed monarch, king of Shahnai, and he brought this instrument on the classical stage. Today is synonymous with Shahnai. When and how did Bismillah Khan get his big break? So he got his big break in 1938. All India Radio was opened in Lucknow and Bismillah Khan was playing Shahnai over there. He was soon become the often heard Shahnai player on the radio. He became the first Indian to greet Indian nation. This Shahnai on the Red Fort when India got free from the British Dominion in 1947, 15th August. Fifth one, where did Bismillah Khan play the Shahnai? So that is how we have. It was played in front of the legendary freedom fighters, father of the nation, Gandhiji, our first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, and his playing was followed by the greatest historic speech, The Tryst with Destiny by Jawaharlal Nehru. Why did Bismillah Khan refuse to start a Shehnai school in the USA? So Bismillah Khan was a true Indian spirit. He was a very patriot one. His love and commitment for Indian classical music is unparalleled. He's one of the students really proposed him to start a Shehnai school in USA and was ready to recreate the atmosphere of Banaras by replicating all the temples. Refused the offer, saying that he would replicate the temples, but how would he bring the real river Ganga? That was his inspiration. So this is the way he refused that offer in USA. Find at least 2 instances in the text which tell you that Bismillah Khan loves India and Banaras. So one of them is that refusal of school in USA. And he was once given an offer to be shifted to Pakistan by Shekhar Gupta. Once he was asked in an interview that he would be leaving to Pakistan, so he strictly denied and stayed and decided to stay in Banaras. So we have a number of instances where Bismillah Khan had proven he used to play Shehnai in Vishnu temple of Banaras. In Dumra, he used to play Shehnai in Mattha. So he also used to play Shehnai in Shiva's temple, Kashi Vishwanath temple in Banaras. So a Muslim is playing Shehnai, Indian classical instrument, on Hindu bhajans and songs in Hindu temples. So this is his love for India and love for classical music. So this is the end of the second unit, The Sound of Music, the second story, the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Friends, I hope you enjoyed it. Better go through the question answer, re-watch the video, and get me if you have any doubts. We'll soon meet for the next chapters. Thank you very much.